Rekha's Healthy Aging. Healthy aging is in your hands. I'm a physical therapist with over 3 decades of experience in neurology and geriatrics. I'm also a functional standards of optimal aging expert. So now we are going to continue on to the second intermediate level of posture. Think about it. When we wake up in the morning, the first thing we do is brush our teeth bending forwards. Then we make our beds. Then we make breakfast. Everything we do all day is bending forward, forward, forward. It's no wonder that our posture eventually gets bent. Can you think of even one activity bending backwards? Research actually shows in the journal Gerontologist that poor posture is linked to social disengagement and frailty. So today's simple home test, again like last time we said, do a wall posture check for alignment. So stand against the wall with your heels, buttocks, back, shoulders touching the wall, and this time you have to see if the occiput, which is the roundest part of your head, if it touches the wall while your chin stays parallel and your gaze stays forwards. So it shouldn't be looking up. And now we'll show you a demonstration of measuring a wall occiput distance. Okay. Now stretch up and touch your shoulders and your head to the wall, and then it sort of gives you a feel, but your chin should be straight facing forwards. Remember, none of the programs I show you is a one size fits all. You have to use your judgment, check with your doctor, or if you've had recent surgery, have chronic disease or chronic pain, please make sure your healthcare professional clears you to do. So how do we interpret the results of the wall occiput distance? If it is anything more than 0 centimeters, between 0 and 4 centimeters shows poor posture with a forward head. More than 4 centimeters shows an increased fracture risk. So first I'm going to show you a stretch. So if one has a rounded upper back, and that's when the wall occiput distance also increases and the head goes forwards to stay upright, one can easily stretch it. Many chairs come right to the mid-thoracic area, or where this is what a doctor would call kyphosis. So in this rounded part of the back, if you have a chair that hits you right in the middle of the thoracic spine, you can simply put your hands up and lean over the chair and allow the backrest of the chair to stretch the mid back, and just hold that stretch for 30 seconds 3 times. So it's right in the mid back and you're just holding it back. So now I'm going to show you a dynamic warm-up for the upper extremities. Put your hands on your shoulders and with your elbows you make big zeros in the air going backwards. So not forwards, because we do everything forward. So you start bringing it forward, up and around the back. And just do shoulder circles. Make as big of a zero as you can in the air with your elbows. And just do a nice upper extremity warm up. So this is your warm up, and this time, unlike the level 1 of posture in the simple 5, in the standard 5, the intermediate level, we'll be doing everything on a yoga mat. So now on the yoga mat, first I'm going to show you 2 stretches. The first one, you lie down on your back with your knees bent, and we are going to do a hamstring stretch. You can use a strap or a stiff band and just raise one leg up as high as you can. Put the strap around the mid foot and hold it up and you will feel a stretch behind your knee. So keep your leg straight and hold this stretch to stretch the knee flexors, which I said in all the sitting that we do, the knee flexors get very bent. In the level 1 video, I showed you a stretch of the hamstring that you can do standing up without bending. So same thing, as you're doing the hamstring stretch, you want to hold it for 30 seconds and repeat it on both sides. So you do it also on the other side. And as usual, if you've watched my flexibility videos, anything you do for stretching, research shows that it's most effective if you hold it for 30 seconds. If you're over 70, it's recommended you hold it for 1 minute and repeat 3 times to achieve a good stretch. So that's the first stretch. The second one is a hip flexor stretch, for which if you can get on your knees and you don't have any knee pain, you can just kneel down and then get into half kneeling and lean forwards, and you will feel a nice stretch in the hip flexor. So this is a hip flexor stretch, and again hold the stretch for 30 seconds, repeat it 3 times, and always do it on both sides. So the same thing on the other side. So this is a half kneeling position, and all I'm doing is leaning forwards. So the leg that's on the ground, the knee that's on the ground, you should feel a stretch in the front of that hip. So maintaining good posture requires stretching and strengthening. So now I will show you 3 strengthening exercises that we will be doing lying on our stomachs and working against gravity. So gravity acts as our resistance. As we get stronger, for the same exercises, you can also use dumbbells and lift them up once this becomes easy for you. So we'll do 3 different postures of strengthening our posterior chain, which is all the extensor muscles down our back, buttocks, the back of our legs, all of it. For the first strengthening exercise, you lay down on your tummy, stretch your hands out in front of you, so you're in one straight eye position, and put your head down. Now at the same time, lift your arms and legs up like this. That's 1 repetition. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So like I've said before in my strength videos, for strengthening, do 8 to 12 repetitions. When that gets easy enough, take a minute's break and do another set of 8 to 12 until you reach 3 sets. And then you can add some dumbbells and lift them up as you do this exercise. Now the second strengthening exercise for your posterior chain, improving posture and working all your extensor muscles, is in the T position. So my body forms a T with my arms. I again lift both my arms up, squeeze my shoulder blades together, and lift both my feet up together. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now the third one, you put both your hands together behind your back and repeat the same process. So initially, to achieve 30 repetitions, you can do it in the I position, the T position, and then the behind your back position, and you get 3 sets of posterior chain exercises. So that's 1, 2. So I'm consciously trying to squeeze my shoulder blades together as I lift my head, my upper back, and my feet up in the air. Slow and steady. You can also hold for a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. So now, to maintain good posture, you have to have good core strength. So the innermost muscles that hold your spine upright are activated when you do the plank. It's one of my favorite exercises because it works the core in the front and the back of the spine. So it's the elbows and toes. You go up on your elbows and then on your toes, and you hold your body in a straight line. I do this in my strengthening routine 2 to 3 times a week. So I'm used to doing it for 1 minute and 20 seconds. You start with whatever you can, 5, 10 seconds, and slowly increase till you get to 1 minute at least. So this is a great workout for your core, and you can repeat the 1 minute 3 times. And I mean, you can start with 10 seconds or whatever is comfortable for you. So once you go down from this, we just end this segment with a nice stretch of the back extensors by doing the Bhujang Asana in yoga. Now, yoga and Tai Chi both are great for posture. So keep your hands by the side just below your shoulders, and then slowly go up and stretch all the way. And hold this stretch for 30 seconds and repeat 3 times. This is so good for counteracting all the forward flexion that we do all day. So this concludes our intermediate level of the standard 5 exercises for posture. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you next time for the Super 5 or the advanced posture exercises.